I'm actually really happy that you are on with us today, Leanne, because your journey hasn't been a quick one, right? And I think it's
No.
so important to be able to showcase that everybody's journey is going to take a different length. There's some clients who, their journey is only 4 months, but then there's other clients like yourself who have been with us for a year and a half, continuously working on your health. And I think it's so important, like I said, to highlight and showcase this, because when things don't happen quickly, a lot of people want to give up because they feel, oh, it's not working. You know what? I didn't get to Amazon Prime my health, so it's just not going to work for me. So I would kind of love to kind of start there. Instead of starting at the beginning, I would love to start here at what made you want to continuously stay committed to this process, and it not be 6 months, it not be 10 months, but taking you a year and a half.
Yeah, that's a great question. I have been thinking about how, pretty early on, maybe even 4, 6 months in, I think mentally I became convinced this program's going to work. It's going to heal my acne. But in the following, year after that, I still had so many days that I wanted to quit because it was really hard. I think at the beginning for me, my motivation was mainly I want to clear my skin, and I don't want my acne to hold me back in aspects of life like dating or making new friendships, putting myself out there. But I think as my time in the program went on, my motivation kind of shifted to thinking about my health for the rest of my life and thinking about when I'm old, preventing disease, or when I'm married, trying to have kids, being able to conceive and not have fertility issues.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, it just kind of opened up and became deeper than my skin or how I feel.
You've been dealing with this since you're 12, right? And like you're close to 30 now, so this hasn't been a short journey.
Oh, yeah.
And anyone listening can hear it wasn't for a lack of trying. You tried everything out there, every medication you're supposed to take, did it to a T. And not only is your acne the worst it's ever been, now we're getting perioral dermatitis. And now in hindsight, now knowing what you know, can you see how all of those medications just like fueled that acne fire in the gut and allowed the
Oh,
PD to
yeah.
come in as well?
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was on antibiotics for at least a year and a half, but
Wow.
probably longer.
Yeah.
So even before the HTMA, we always ask for a client to upload their starting photos so that we can mark it. And the thing that screamed out was not even the acne, was the purple hues that were so predominant under the eye and the gleaming red in the eyelids. Sometimes when I look at a photo, I won't move past. In fact, like I physically, my body won't let me move past. And that was that.
She gets intense about some photos. And it's not just the pimples themselves that we're looking at. And especially Chris, she's like, do you see that? Do you see that coloring?
Do you see that hewing? Do you see this? So we knew
Always.
Liver and kidneys and thyroid and stomach were all just waiting to say, love me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because in the HTMA, there's a bunch of different things we can look at. But what the ND really noted, and wholeheartedly knowing your journey, was what's going on with the adrenals?
My cortisol levels were crazy.
Yeah. Like Leanne's running from a bear that doesn't exist, and then she encounters a lion that doesn't exist, and she's trying to eat her salad with all these like hard skin things, and nobody's listening to her, won't let her digest anything.
Yeah, that was a wake up call for me, seeing how off my cortisol was, because I could also feel that in my body. It was taking me 30 minutes just to work myself out of bed and get up. Everything in the morning took forever. I just felt slow, really low energy.
So what would you say was one of the more helpful things that really helped you stay committed and say, I'm not going to let the pressure of society change what I know I need to do for myself?
I mean, one thing is that I started pressing more into how do I feel?
Mm-hmm.
And then kind of towards the end of my time in the program, I actually started focusing less on my acne, and I started focusing more on what brings me joy. Getting for a walk outside, listening to a song I like in the kitchen and dancing a little bit. What is good for my body that can kind of get me out of my head that I can just enjoy? And I feel like that also was motivating. And as a plus, it helps lower your stress.
I know you said something about different energy and shifting. How's your energy now, even from 6 months ago?
It's 100 times better. It was all I could do just to get through my day and maybe clean up my dinner dishes. And so I think maybe like March, April, springtime, started my Dutch protocol and started to see a huge shift in my energy and started to feel like, okay, I'm actually getting through my day. I don't have to work hours on the weekend. I can actually clean up the kitchen and still go to bed at a decent hour. Like it started to feel like I was getting my life back. And now I'm starting to feel like I have the energy to do what I actually want to do, which is a really great feeling, and really encouraging too to see that shift.
Wow. This was such a great chat, Leanne. Thank you so much for joining us today. And again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being such a good cheerleader in our Clear Skin Solution community for all of the other women on this journey as well. Because like I said, you don't know the ripple effect that you've had on other women. And we're going to miss you in that group. And, definitely stay in touch with us. We want all of the updates always. Yeah. And again, thank you so much. We really loved having you on.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. This was a lot of fun.